Hey everybody, this is Josh Cook, aka Seizures Palace, and today we're about to do Song of Week number 32. We're doing some more dark techno. Let's get into it. Alright, so here is the session file that we have. It's very similar to last week's Song of Week, Gruel Tech. If you want to take a quick listen, here's the sound that we're going for this week. And my favorite part sounds something like... Alright, so I used Gruel Tech as a template to create this song. The kick drum, I think I altered the length of it a bit and maybe changed the pitch. Drums are very, very similar. You can see even the snare still has the two decapitators on it. So there's a lot of the same stuff going on in this song. So they're kind of like brother and sister songs. And whenever I'm venturing into a new genre, I take lots of time to try to create the right type of bass drum or snare, or at least something that's kind of midway between that genre and my usual style. And then after doing all that and really going into depth, it's fun just to create another song with a template where you can just kind of like make the song and not have to worry so much about the sound design and the mixing and all that other stuff. So these songs were done actually back to back, 2 days back to back, and I've been kind of sitting on this song for a while, waiting to show it to you guys. So I'm glad that today I got to introduce you to what I call Dark Sizzle, which is my second dark techno track. And you can see one of my tendencies here. Snare in second drop loses filter momentarily. In my song title, sometimes I'll put little tips, and then once I've fixed that issue, then I'll get rid of it. So that's pending. That's something I still have to fix. So the drums are mostly the same. Instead of the hi-hat going, it's so it's just instead of triplets, it's sixteenths. Little tiny changes like that. That kind of idea. I have some audio here, which is just kind of like a little loop from one of the loops that I have within my library. That's not an Ableton stock loop, but I'm not going to go any further into that. We have a sound that I call whoa. It sounds like... That's just a little clip of flattened audio and also a riser and another weird little effect. I don't know, just some atmospheric stuff. A whoosh sound. So that was actually the end of this sound here. When you don't filter it, yeah, I put a little echo there, a little delay. When you don't filter it, the ending actually sounded like... So I just looped that. That sort of idea. Rock a little save, I like that change. Reverb clap, or verb clap as I call it. That was just like a Noise Factory sample. Sub bass, same as usual. And then the actual bass sound was the basically exact same as the last song. I think I might have changed the decapitator settings a little bit. Again, Camel Crusher not needed. You'll see the EQ here I think is exactly the same. 659. So I changed a little bit of the EQ boost and stuff like that, but it's just specific to the song. Multiband compression's a little bit different. Just a little bit of light compression on the mids to kind of squeeze those frequencies. And then same thing as before, the Redux trick, a little bit of a different EQ on it this time, maybe a bit more sharp or sizzly. Transient master. A buddy of mine was saying that he found it to be a little too attacky. So in that case, I would just go... and drag down the attack on a transient master. However, I like the attack, so I'm going to keep it. And then, at least for now, I'm going to check it on different systems. We have a pad sound. Oh, this one's fun. This sound, it does that. This sound was kind of meant to emulate the sound of a troop, we'll say, who's had a grenade blow off near them and they have that ringing in their ear afterwards. That's just, like, basically it's ringing of the ear, but that's kind of the extent to which I pictured. It's really aggressive. And that comes from the driver distortion unit that comes with Complete, Ultimate, or maybe just Complete. And I just chose Asthma as a preset, and that was it. I just left it. That was fine. If I got rid of it, you'll hear there's some content, like melodic content. A whole lot of reverb on that too. But with driver, it's just that. And it made for a really cool little break right before one of the drops, so you can check it out here. And it's just a nice way to kind of have like a bit of chaos and kind of zip it into a drop, basically. Had some bass top, so didn't create a melody the same way I did in the last track, so instead I just took the bass part and brought it up an octave and changed it a little bit. This one does have Camel Crusher on it, so you can see there's lots going on in this track that vary it from Gruel Tech, but at the same time, there's a lot of overlap at the same time too. So I did use the template of Gruel Tech, and I changed all the things that I thought were necessary to keep it in a similar style, but keep it unique at the same time. I'm not going to go into super specific details on the mixing because there's quite a bit in the last video in terms of just some of the general settings that I used and stuff. But if you have some questions, feel free to shoot a question in the description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share with your friends. That's it for today. That is Dark Sizzle, and these two tracks have been my first attempts at dark techno. I'm curious to hear what you think. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. Give me a compositional challenge for one of the upcoming song weeks, and I will see you next week. Peace.